So if you're going to Home Depot, in most places, they have a separate entrance to make sure that they keep the amount of people down. There was a security guy who was sitting right here, making sure that they didn't have too many people in the store. Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Seriously, it does not work. So I've had to get up. I know my motto is keep your ass at home, okay? Get whatever the hell you need and get your ass back at home. I need to go out and get a few things. My parents, I got to look out for my mom and dad. My dad is 80, my mom is 78, and I don't want them going out any more than they have to. So, and also too, my mom makes everything. So I'm gonna get a few jars of stuff for my daughter, and I'm gonna send that to her so she get a little taste of home. And so I'm gonna drop that stuff off of my mom's porch. I ain't even gonna go in, and I'm going to pick up the package of canned goods and take it back home and package it up for my daughter. That, and I got a little bit of wood. I got wood, so I'm gonna be doing some projects there in the man cave. Trying to keep the virus away and keep myself busy as much as possible, and get these things for my parents so that way they don't go out. So, interesting take. I'm curious how you feel about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have made some moves in free agency. We've lost a few players and things. We've got a new coaching staff. And the question is, now I already know what Philly 500. Philly 500 keeps texting me every day. We've had a better offseason, you guys. You guys got hurt by this. You guys got hurt by that. And, of course, we're hearing the talking heads say that, the Cowboys are losing this and the Eagles are making moves. That actually makes me feel good, because the strange thing for the Dallas Cowboys is whenever we are expected to do something, it seems like we fail. I think about when we had the Super Bowl in Dallas. Before that season, they were talking about how great the Dallas Cowboys are. The team is built fantastic. They're going to be ready to rock and roll. They got all the pieces together. They could host the Super Bowl in their stadium. And that stadium, that season, I believe, led to Jason Garrett because we fell on our face. I remember 2014 when we were the catch, no catch away from, the NFC Championship game. The next year, Tony Romo gets hurt, and again, we're down the toilet, because expectations are the building blocks of resentment. If you don't expect to do something, if you don't put those expectations there, you don't put that extra pressure on you. And, hopefully you outperform the expectations. So I'm happy when the talking heads don't think we're going to do something, because the reality is they're usually wrong. Remember last year, they were talking about the Rams, they were so close. They were so close on the Super Bowl. But they're a well-built team, they got the great boy genius and coach. They got Todd Gurley, and, Jared Goff had a great season and everything else. And what happened? Now you got questions about Jared Goff, whether or not he's actually a real quarterback. Todd Gurley has been traded for a ham sandwich. I'm sorry, not traded, let go. And they pretty much fell on their face. So everybody's patting the Eagles on the back, and talking about especially Philly 500 and his crew, and saying that the Cowboys aren't going to do that well. Now, an interesting thing that was just popped up here, that basically are estimating wins on the NFC East in our division. They have the Cowboys getting 9.5 victories, and they have the Eagles getting 9.5 victories. So my question for you guys is, what do you think the Dallas Cowboys will do as far as victories? You think we'll get 9.5? Do you think we're in a better position? I still say that this off season, which may be extra long off, is literally just beginning. We are only in the first week. Actually, it hasn't even been a week because today was the first day of legal tampering. There's still lots of moves to make. And a lot of times, people get sucked in on the name signings, you know? When you hear a big name, remember for Seattle last year? When they signed or traded for Giovanni and Clowney? Oh my God, that's a great move. That's a great move. Look at that. They got that guy. You know how many times people make really big moves? Check the Washington Redskins, for example, that literally end up being guys they cut within 2 years because they didn't pan out and they cost too much money. The off-season champion, so to speak. And then it's always some team that nobody thought much about. Going into last year, nobody thought the 49ers would be in the Super Bowl. But yet, there they were. So, they have the Cowboys at 9-5 and the Eagles at 9-5. I think that should actually be the over and under. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys will be over 9.5 games or under? Be interesting to see. In the meantime, I've got to go in here to the store, pick up a few things for my mom, my parents. I've got my gloves on. I've got a bleach wipe here so I can wipe the handle off. And I'm going to get this stuff done and get back to the man cave and hunker down. Guys, I hope you are able to hunker down. The government, I hate to put the government out there, but the government is working on ways to try and help us all out. If you know you don't have money for your mortgage or your rent, get in touch with your landlord or your lender, so that way you can make arrangements. Because I've told my daughter to do that and things because she's looking at it and saying, you know, I don't know. And a lot of people, right now, everybody is willing. They understand this is something that's never happened before. So, you know, do these things proactively instead of reactively. So I'm going to go in here and I'll be back. All right, so I got the bean sprouts. I got the potatoes for Mom. I got them some extra toilet tissue and paper towels and stuff. So I'm going to go to my parents' house. I'm not going into the house. I am going to put this on the porch. She's got some canned goods that I'm going to get for my daughter and try and pack it up real good and mail that off. And then I'm going to get my behind back home and stay home. So that's the way we going to do this. The stores are definitely, everybody's beginning to take caution. And I'm glad to see that. I'm curious to see how the Beltway looks because this is the Washington, D.C. Beltway, and normally it's cram-packed, so we'll see what it looks like. Wow. This is amazing to see. This empty. This is, wow. So people are definitely heeding the warnings. Man. Wow. This is usually bumper to bumper. Well, I guess people are heeding the warning and definitely staying home. I honestly think that the best thing that we could do right now is just take a moment of pause. I don't know if this is true or not, but I see how New York has erupted. But remember a few weeks ago, it was, you know, Seattle. I don't know if they've hit the peak and that they're coming down or if it's slowed down, but we're not talking about there so much as we are in New York. So I'm curious to see how they're faring out there. But, you know, just try and be safe. I know a lot of people think that this might be fake or whatever, or it's overblown. Listen, take precaution. You see, I got my rubber gloves. I got my bleach wipes. You know, I'm trying to do what I can to make sure that we all survive and that, you know, people who we definitely don't want out. And the sooner we can all do this, the sooner we can all get back to normal. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Back off. I'm going to get the box right here for my daughter and things. Thank you, Mom.
Okay.
All right, but see, this is what I want you to know. This is the reason why we need to keep our ass at home and be careful, because right there, I don't know what I'd do without my mother, because my mom has been everything to me. And all you people that are out there, well, it's an old, I don't have to worry about it. It's old people. You know what? Screw y'all.
Young people too.
Young people too. So seriously,
My baby has it.
seriously, I don't want to hear that stuff. It's not a young person. This is my mama here we're talking about. And you mess with my mama, you gonna mess with me.